Hello and welcome back to Crow's Whisper Tarot. Today we're going to be looking at your first date with your future spouse. So let's jump into the reading. Okay, here are the piles. We have pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. Take your time selecting the piles and we'll jump into the reading. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be looking at your first impression of your spouse and what their impression is of you, and then we'll have a look at what sort of date you guys might be having as well. So in terms of your perception of your future spouse, we have the 8 of Cups reversed, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So you're seeing your future spouse as someone who is very much your type. It's not anything that you haven't really thought of. It could be that you had, a good friendship with your spouse before you sort of start dating officially. But I think more than anything, with the Queen of Cups, you're seeing your spouse as someone who is emotionally stable, is very comforting to be around. They definitely give you a lot of love and support. And with the King of Pentacles, it's also someone who is financially stable, but also very grounded as a person, is very open and honest and very comfortable to be around. There's no red flags or yellow flags even with this. It's going to be very much a comfortable first date situation. In terms of their first impression of you, you're someone that they will definitely be hung up on. They're not going to move away from you. I think you leave such a big impression of them with a Hangman reverse that they can't even think of anyone else that can fit the situation. They find that you're very fun to talk to, very good with communication, a lot of jokes, a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, and they're enjoying themselves very much on this date because they are not in any place to move away from you. And you can see almost with the Hangman reversed, the hands are almost in the shape of a heart. So that's just something to keep in mind. But I think the biggest part of this first date is we have let love guide you. So I think this first date is almost like you're falling in love with falling in love with them. They're falling in love with you. It's a great scenario altogether. There's no real hesitation. Things are just magical. You could almost see with the 2 birds sort of floating around in the corner. They're sort of flying in circles around each other. And it's almost surprisingly how perfect of a match it is in the end. So let's get a few other cards and have a look at what the first date might be. Okay. We have a cafe of some sorts or bakery or some sort of shop. Oops, I'm holding it upside down. So yeah, it could be that you're going out for a meal or a food truck of some sort. Again, very comfortable, very romantic. You could just be food lovers by the looks of it, and very much a Lady and the Tramp moment, very much romantic. Got a love heart, of course. Won't be surprised. And you could be the type of couple who wears matching outfits as well, whether it's intended or not. And we also have the city. So it could be that you're going on a date in the city or going to a different city to meet up and have this first date. So that's all I have for you guys. It's going to be very comfortable, very easygoing, no real hesitation on any part. It's going to be very much a smooth sailing first date with a lot of discussions, a lot of laughter, and a lot of fun. So that was your reading, pile 1. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Welcome, pile 2, to your reading on your future first date. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords reversed, and the World card. So your impression of your future spouse is very much aligned to what you initially suspected when you set up this first date. It's feeling very comfortable, very easygoing with the 10 of Pentacles. You're feeling very much in connection together. It feels very comfortable. This person might be very much your type. And so when you sort of meet up, it's very much, you know, easy from the get-go. There's nothing sort of limiting at this stage. With the 7 of Swords, they are someone who's open and honest, and you appreciate that, and it's very much in alignment with what you want. Their first impression of you is not at all what they expected. Not at all, because we have 2 cards that are reversed. Their first impression of you is almost like the complete opposite of what they thought you were. And this feels not like physical appearance or anything like that. It's just the energy that you exude is completely different to what they initially suspected. For some of you, I'm getting that you first had communication online, and so it wasn't as clear through text what sort of energy you have. And so when you do end up meeting in person, you're the complete opposite energy to what they expected. But it's not like, I don't want to go on another date sort of thing, because clearly they're your future spouse. But more than anything, I think it throws them off guard initially, and then they get a lot more used to your energy, and it becomes smooth sailing after that. But there's sort of this like lagging period of them feeling, this is not really what I expected. And so you might actually sense that there's a little bit of hesitation and initially when you first meet, but that definitely fades off by the end of the first date. And in terms of the type of date you have, we have go on an adventure. Today's the day to try something daring. So again, a bit of a surprise. It could be that either you picked out the date or they picked out a date, but it went completely haywire, and so they're sort of thrown off balance as well from that. But I think more than anything, this is a very fun, upbeat date, and they definitely weren't expecting anything near this. I'm not sure if they're, I don't know, an introvert, but their energy is sort of confused for the most part, but they're on the journey with you, so that's amazing. So let's get a few extra cards. So, this made a bit of sense to me. This is, for me, this represents having some type of long distance relationship. Sorry, I'm covering his face. But yeah, some sort of long distance relationship where you weren't able to have like proper one-on-one communication of some sort. It can also be an online dating scenario where you're just messaging all the time, but not really getting a chance to talk in person. And then again, a lot of romantic comfort. For some of you, this can also be, that's the shy one who is thrown off balance and you are in your best energy. It's a very romantic first date, a very uplifting one, very relaxing. I'm getting for some of you that this is sort of outdoorsy as well with this card here. So maybe you meet up during the summertime as well, summer or spring. And it could be that you're meeting over coffee or at a cafe of some sort. And that's how this date progresses. But that was your reading, pile number 2. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. We're going to be looking at your thoughts on your future spouse on your first date. And we're also going to look at their thoughts of you on the first date. And we're also going to be looking at the possible scenarios that may go down during the date as well. So in terms of your thoughts of them, we start off with the Page of Swords. Now the Page of Swords means that you are having very interesting, upbeat conversation a lot of the time. It could be that there's a lot of jokes, a lot of interesting interactions. I'm getting dad jokes for some of you for some reason. And being able to interact with them on such a quick and easy basis that you're surprised with how, efficient the conversation goes. We also have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So that is perfect for a first date because you're feeling a very strong connection to them. You're not feeling like something is off balance or something's not working and you're a bit isolated from them. It's very much an easy conversation. Things are going a lot smoother than you realize over time. It's almost like you have very good conversation, but it takes a while to sort of navigate the conversation in a way that makes sense to you. I feel like with the Five of Wands as well, it's feeling more like you have to sort of compete with your ideas a little bit because I'm not sure if they go off topic a lot of the time, but the conversation takes a while to flow really smoothly. And I think that was the Page of Wands as well, is where sometimes with the communication, it's not as straightforward and to the point and clear cut as it should be. It's sort of taken on this weird journey with the conversation and you don't really know what to do with it, but it's really exciting as you sort of progress into things. In terms of how they feel about you during the first date, we have the Three of Swords. So this is them piecing together who you are, what you're all about, what you want to do with your life, etc., etc. So it's very much a uplifting energy, where they're trying to just suss you out as much as possible and get the best idea of you. And so to do that, they're asking all these weird and wacky questions all the time, and they're not really getting specifically the answer they want, but they're getting an idea of how your mind works. They're very intellectual from that perspective. And with the Nine of Pentacles, they're seeing this as a really good first date. They're very interested in getting to know you a little bit better, getting a better idea of how things can work out and how things can be easygoing. And they're trying to present their best selves forward as well. So they see you as potential for something more and is putting as much energy into it as they can. But it's just taking a while for you to get that conversation going and getting that flow in. And we have listen. Your inner child has something to say. So you may be connecting from, childhood situations or experiences, and that might be one of the conversations that leads to a much smoother form of communication, or it can be just being able to embrace the chaos and just listen as you go and piece together things as you go, and not being too stressed on, presenting yourself in a certain way, or, not afraid to speak your mind, just being yourself. And I think that's probably the most significant part of this entire communication, is being able to present yourself in the best possible way. We also have it's time to celebrate, cultivate an air of celebration today. So it could be that you guys are going on a lot of nature walks. It could be a full moon on the day you're meeting. It can also be where you're already in a state of like heightened emotions or being really sensitive. And so it takes a while for you to figure them out on some capacity or feel comfortable with them. But I think nature has a lot to do with the first date, and being able to really embrace, I guess, the situation you're in and just, enjoy it for the sake of enjoying it, not really thinking too much about the long term, is, I think, the best part of the process. Okay, so got some interesting cards here. Your first date, again, with that checking out what your mind is like. You might be going to a games cafe or doing puzzles or some sort of game where you need to use your intellect a lot to sort of get through it, whether it's, you know, an escape room or a murder mystery or something like that. It could be that some of you just enjoy their company or go to learn a dance class in the middle of nowhere, and they just get to see how you deal with challenges and how you deal with the things around you, but they're truly enjoying themselves. It could be that you started meeting up via text or conversation a lot of the time, and so it took you a while to get that steady form of communication. So it could be that initially it was sort of on and off with how you would communicate. And I'm getting that you guys have a very quick start to physical affection, or you're very comfortable with physical affection by the end of the first date as well. And we also have being able to be, I see this as more of a balanced couple, being able to match each other's energy, or being very sensitive to the other person's energy, where you can pick up where their mood is shifting as well. So that was your reading, pile number 3. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.